All right, we're gonna power through these. Side of the vehicle, you guys know this one already. Side of the vehicle, slow it down. Now I'm concerned about behind me. Get yourself out of that situation. All right, so lots of traffic, lots of traffic. Get yourself in a better position. It doesn't matter. I don't care about green arrows. I don't care about that. I care about where I'm at. Okay, get yourself out of there. Non-issue for you. It's not your problem. It's that person's problem. All right, we're gonna move through here. Oh, it's going pretty fast. Side of the vehicle. Great swerve. Now get yourself out of a good, out of the dangerous spot. So you see how he did a red stage maneuver? Got himself out of there. Look forward. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because now you just put yourself. Look, it's like getting in front of somebody at the shooting range. They accidentally pointed their gun at you, and you got away from it. You're like, oh man, so happy I didn't get shot. Now let me get in front of your gun and be like, hey, you shouldn't have done that. Hey, yeah, I know your gun's pointed at my face, but hey, man, don't do that. All right, you could have killed me. I got really scared. You could have killed me. We're standing in front of a freaking loaded weapon right here. Don't stand there. Let's go back just a little bit and let's talk about what was really good on this though. Okay, so don't do what he did afterwards. Do what he did in this situation when it came to an emergency maneuver. He had good situational awareness on that one. Now, James, I don't think it was ego. I think it was just pure fear, and it's like I need to let you know. Now, for me, when I get into that fear moment, I already assume that those people knew that what they did was wrong. I'm hoping they did. My job is to maintain my safety no matter what. I'll get home and I'll think about it later. But I would be in that situation like, "Oh my gosh, check my pantalones. I probably got a little poo-poo in them." But that's it. That's all that's as far as I'm gonna go. So right here, what I wanna talk about right there is that, he's gonna be in orange stage because he sees the side of the vehicle, and then he's gonna go into red stage. So orange stage, side of the vehicle, guys, we talk about it all the time. Make sure you recognize that pattern. So here's that swerve, that emergency swerve. Look at that. Guys, practice, 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 practice your emergency swerving. It's a lot of fun too. I do have a video on the Motorcycle Training Concepts channel where I actually practice it while I'm riding down, just neighborhoods or the regular streets, to and from commuting. I'll find a discoloration in the road or a pothole. I'll ride towards it and then I'll swerve around and get back into that spot, lane position 2 or 1 or 3 or whatever it is, making sure I'm in an area that is safe to do so. But right here, practice your swerve. Now, as soon as you get into this lane, now is this lane completely open? Now, the reason why I say get back in the other lane is that you'll see when he turns around, there's like all this trash and stuff. So right here, if it's safe to do so, stay in that lane. If not, swerve back in your lane. Now, in a situation where you have to swerve back in your lane, this could be an oncoming lane or it could be a shoulder, so you have to swerve back. See, that's what I noticed, all that trash. I didn't know that I thought it was a car, but maybe that car was there. So I was like, "Get back in your lane, man." Whew. Pull over, breathe, and be glad you're alive. Exactly, Sean. Exactly. Now, when I see that, it's like, man, if I crashed, what would have happened? You know what I mean? What would have happened to my body? This looks like a 3/4 helmet. You can see where they attach the shield with the button. I used to have one of those, the Bell Custom 500. I'd get a full face helmet after this one.